Hi, welcome to this DeFi Saver tutorial video. Today, we'll be covering our recipe creator tool. Now, before we get to the walkthrough, what even is a recipe? Well, it simply refers to a blockchain transaction with multiple actions inside of it. Generally speaking, you would need to have a pretty good amount of coding knowledge in order to create your own custom-made DeFi transaction. This is where the recipe creator comes into play. Instead of coding your very own transaction, you can utilize a pre-built drag-and-drop system of DeFi actions to combine them into a single transaction, and this is called a recipe. Let's go ahead and take a look at this feature by clicking on the Recipe Creator button from the sidebar. The first thing we're going to see is the recipe book. We previously mentioned that you can build your own recipes from scratch, but DeFi Saver has already created a plethora of recipes that cover some of the most popular strategies for our users. Clicking on any of the strategies will let you activate them, and you'll also get clear insight into every one of its steps. We've also included a detailed description of the strategy and what its use case is. Now, you might have noticed where it says works better with ETH Saver. This is a tool built by the DeFi Saver team, and it's fully focused on helping users easily create leveraged positions with Ether-based LSTs. We're going to cover this feature in more detail in a dedicated ETH Saver video. Now, you also have the option of visiting the Leveraged Staking tab, and here you'll be able to execute strategies that leverage your Ether on DeFi Saver. But if you visited Recipe Creator with the idea of creating your own recipe, you would click on the Create Recipe tab. From here, you'll have numerous actions to choose from. Let's have a quick overview of the available ones. So, to start off, we have the Utility tab. And these actions allow you to perform some relatively basic steps like sending or selling a token, or even wrapping Ether. The Flash Loan tab is going to provide you with many protocols that you'll be able to execute flash loans from. Each protocol has its own set of actions, and these range from general actions such as supplying or closing down your position to protocol-specific actions. You can view all of them by visiting this page and then just clicking on the protocol icon. So let's go ahead and take a look at a hands-on example by creating a recipe from scratch. So say we want to open a borrow position on Compound V3 with 60 wrapped staked Ether, but we're only starting with 10 Ether of our own. To start off, we would do a flash loan of 50 wrapped Ether from Balancer. So we would click on the Flash Loan tab and then click on the Balancer Flash Loan action. From there, we select wrapped Ether and borrow 50 of them. An interesting thing you might notice is that our recipe creator provides notifications when there's something that we need to fix within a recipe. In this case, it's going to remind us that we need to pay back our wrapped Ether flash loan at the end of the recipe. We're not going to do that yet, so let's head on over to the Utility tab, and from here, we're going to add wrapped Ether, and in the next window, we're going to select take some Ether from our wallet balance. We said that we're going to do all of this with just 10 of our Ether, so let's do just that. This is going to give us 60 wrapped Ether within our recipe, but we said that we want to do wrapped staked Ether. So let's head on over to the Lido tab, and we're going to add the wrap staked Ether action to our recipe. So our current wallet balance doesn't have any wrapped Ether, but our temporary balance, which are the funds we have in the recipe, has the 60 wrapped Ether. And we're going to add that to be wrapped and staked on Lido. So now that we have our 60 wrapped staked Ether, let's navigate to the Compound V3 tab. And first, we're going to supply the funds. To make it easier on us, we're just going to tick Use Whole Balance right here and click on Done. So we've now supplied to Compound V3, but we also need some wrapped Ether to pay back our flash loan. So we're actually just going to borrow it within the same recipe. We're going to choose wrapped Ether, 50 of them, and we want to add them to our temporary balance so that we can pay them back within the recipe. We'll click on Done. And now we can navigate to the Flash Loan tab and choose Balancer Loan Payback, or we can just click on Fix from the notification here. We can check out the final state after the recipe is executed. And before we actually execute it, we do need a smart wallet. Now, DeFi Saver's interface will give you the option to create a new one if you don't have it. But if you already have an existing smart wallet, you can just connect it to DeFi Saver and you don't need to make a new one. Let's take care of this quickly. And there we go. Scroll down and we have the option to execute the transaction, which we're going to go ahead and do. In this pop-up, we're going to have the option to also customize our gas settings if we want, but we'll leave it as is and click on accept. And there we go. In a single transaction, we flash loan wrapped Ether, wrapped 10 of our own Ether, we got 60 wrapped staked Ether, and then we supplied it to Compound V3, we borrowed wrapped Ether, and we used that to pay back our flash loan. We did all of this with just 10 Ether of our own and a few clicks on DeFi Saver's interface. If you click on Continue, and then go to the portfolio page, you'll see that the recipe created the position on Compound V3. We can actually then visit it and manage it with DeFi Saver's suite of tools. Thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about DeFi Saver's tools, you can view all of the videos in our feature section or visit our YouTube channel. If you want to stay on top of all new feature releases by DeFi Saver, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel.